Hi folks, I am Dr. Deepakaroramotivation and today we are starting with a wonderful series which is called Fear. Let me tell you friends, fear is just an emotion. It is a feeling which makes you immobilized. It's something which is like a deer. You get caught in the headlights and you do not know which way to go. That's what fear does to you. It paralyzes you. And once you get paralyzed, you become nervous. You are unsure of what to do. You are kind of stupefied, you are frightened, and you do not know what is the next course of action. So as a result, your energy levels, especially your mental energy levels, they take a dip. And because of this decrease in your mental energy, even the energy of your spirit, it declines, which reflects on your body's biochemistry. Your physiology gets affected. Just as we have got two kinds of responses to any problem. It is either fly away from the problem or to face the problem, which is called the flight or the fight response. You choose to take up the latter. You try to flee away from the situation. You try to avoid the problem whatsoever. You try to escape from the problem. And because you are escaping from the problem repeatedly, what happens is it starts to manifest on your lives. And you are not experiencing the life the way you should be experiencing it. You know that there is success on the other side. You know that there is joy on the other side. There is fun on the other side. There is all the glory. There is all the peace on the other side. But still, you are afraid to take any action. You are afraid to advance. You are afraid to take the plunge. And as a result of it, so many talented people on the face of this earth are unable to expose their talent to the industry. They die their death, they are in their graves, they reach their deathbed without letting the world know that they had a storehouse of talent in them. There are so many qualified professionals who are frightened to show off the hidden wealth of their qualifications just because they are stupefied, they are stuck where they are. So the point is that fear is just about affecting anybody and everybody. And we are unable to experience the joie de vivre because of that. It is like an epidemic today. If I were to say, is it present in India? Yes, it's present in India. Is it present in Europe? Yes, it's present in Europe too. Is it present in America? Yes, it is present in America as well. In every nook and corner of this earth, this fear is present. And it's not that it's present today. It was present from the day mankind came into existence. Yesterday, the fear was of tigers, the fear was of other animals, other predators which were trying to kill us, which were trying to hurt us, which were trying to make us their prey. But today, in the modern world, in spite of the fact that all these factors are out, still we are fearful of lots of things in our life, and that is the reason why we are holding ourselves back. Now the point is that if this fear is omnipresent, if this fear is like a coryza virus, and like a cold virus, it's hanging and lurking in the air all the time, and anybody, for that reason, with a little less resistance is likely to catch hold of it at any time. It is so rampant in the society today. Now the point is, if fear is so common, what is the real reason? If we were to dissect fear, what would we see? What are we actually fearful of? The only thing we are fearful of is change. Anything which changes our present lifestyle, wherein we try to take a chance to enter into an unfamiliar territory or a forbidden zone is going to bring in that nervousness, that immobilization, that paralysis which is associated with fear. And let me tell you friends, that this is common to everybody. Just as feelings are common to all human beings, the feelings of fear too are common to each and every one of us. Everybody feels it the same way, just that few take it as a signal to retreat and few of the brave hearts take it as a green signal to go ahead in their lives. So the point is, actually we are fearing change, and this change could be of any kind. This change could be a change in our relationships. For example, you have a very dominating boss at the office and your relationship with the boss is not fine. You want to put an end to the relationship. Either you want to quit the job, take up another one, or you can tell him point blank. You want to tell him point blank, but what is holding you back? It's the fear. You live with the fear of taking his wrath, and you live with the fear of not quitting. All it needs is some guts, and go ahead and say what you want to your boss, and I can bet you will see either he'll mend his ways or he'll chuck you out of the office, but your life is definitely going to be a better one either way. Whenever you wish to change a relationship, whenever you want to leave an old relationship, leave a boyfriend or a girlfriend who sucks, leave a wife or a husband who is not fit for you, who is not appropriate for me or you, that change brings in a fear feeling in you. Whenever you enter a new relationship, maybe make some new friends, get intimate to them, even that requires guts, that requires some courage. You have to overcome certain fears. You want to change a career, even for that you need to have the guts. You wish to be a singer, you wish to be a dancer, you want to enter into an unconventional profession, and you know you have the caliber, you have the capability, but because of societal reason, because of family pressures, you are not letting yourself get out of the rut and make the decision to go ahead and try it. The fear, what is stopping you is fear. You fear, you want their acceptance, you fear their disapproval, you fear the rejection from them. So if we were to see that fear is so common, fear is so much omnipresent, why is it that we fear? I would say from day one, when one is a child, the mother or the parents, they are continuously telling the child as he's going to the school, be careful child, be cautious my darling, it's not safe out there, it's very risky, don't take unnecessary risks in your life. These feelings are ingrained in the child right from day one, the moment he moves out of the house, and they stay with him for all times to come. Have you ever seen, as he grown up, it's the society which starts to give him these pressure. It's the mentors which start telling him the same things. Be disciplined. Don't do this. Don't try to be too creative. I know what's written in the book is right. Don't use your own brains. It's already been documented. It's already been proven. Don't question me. I am the authority. Because all these factors are there in the environment, that virus is lurking in the environment all the time. Therefore, the fear virus stays even when you become an adult. And like an elephant who is tied with a rope, with a thin rope, to a fragile support he's tied, and he can anytime break the rope when he grows up, but because he has been conditioned with that rope right from his childhood, wherein he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have the energy to break that rope, he's conditioned that probably even as an adult, that rope is so strong that it will not let him make the move. Therefore, a person even as an adult, he shuts himself out to the outside world. He is so frightened that the glass ceiling he has created for himself he stays within that glass ceiling, that cocoon which he has built around himself, that comfort zone he has around himself. He stays paralyzed, he stays nervous, he stays immobile, he stays inert within that very cocoon, not to move out of that risk, out of that zone and take any unwanted risks, because he fears danger outside. There are two types of fear, let me tell you. Certain fears are unavoidable. They are inevitable in life. They are bound to happen. What are these fears? The first fear, which is inevitable, is fear of aging. Aging is bound to happen. It's practically impossible to stop aging, and all the factors, all the associated factors which come with aging, for example, loneliness, the feeling of losing a loved one, the tragedy of losing a loved one, even the feeling that you might die one day, they will all come with aging. Then there would be some debilitating illness or some disease happening to your body at that point of time, some financial insecurities. They all accompany our aging, and it is unavoidable. Then there are certain fears which could happen to just about anyone. War could happen in any country and the entire population could be affected. There's no point fearing it. Accidents and rape can happen any point of time, so there is no point fearing it. You would not like to stay inside the home for the fear of having an accident outside. You would not like to venture in the evening just because of one reason, that you might get raped. This is too illogical. So therefore here I say that God, give me the courage to change the things I can, and to accept, and the humility to accept the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. But there are certain other fears which are directly under our control. We can do something about them. We can make them change. And these are the fears which are commonly affecting most of us all the time, but we do not take actions, we do not take decisions, we do not make enough mistakes and learn from them. That's why we continue to fear them for a lifetime without making a change. For example, fear of changing one's relationships. It stays on for all times to come because one is fearful, one is too frightened to make the change. Fear of changing one career, as I said earlier, it's going to stay as long as you do not take the plunge, you do not take the decision and you act upon it, and you go to a better city, a better place, a better job, a better profession which suits you much more, your profile much more. You go out to the college to improve your CV. You may be slightly on the older side, but still going to the college, studying with younger people, younger peers, doesn't matter at all. It's a matter of your career. What the world is going to say is none of your concerns. You are more bothered about your professional growth. If you're learning a car at a later age, doesn't matter. You are going to be more ambulatory once you learn it. You are learning how to type on a PC, or how to use a PC, or how to use a smartphone even at a later age. It doesn't really matter, because you are going to have the fun, you are going to have the relaxation and the ease of being at home and doing so much productive work later on. So my dear friends, it's very important to take charge of yourself. And let me now give you some remedy for fear. Is there a remedy for fear? Is there any way in which we can overcome this fear? Because it's so rampant, we must know. As they say, common cold is going to take care of itself within 7 days. It does. But fear stays on with people for a lifetime. It never goes. Because unfortunately, it does not have any remedy. There is no way we can get rid of it. It's here to stay for a lifetime. This is the truth number one about fear. The only way you can deal with it is to face it, is to confront it. Only then it gives you the way. It gets out of the way, and you are able to achieve what you really want to accomplish. Truth number two. You feel that when I will be better, then I will do it. No. The doing comes before the going. It's only when you will do it that your self-esteem will be better, your self-confidence will come back, your self-worth will come back. So doing it is very important, and it comes before the fear goes away. Then, the third truth about fear. When I become a professional, or when I become an actor, or when I'll become a doctor, then I'll do it. No. You can do it right away. For fear to go away, all it needs is a slight shove, and it gives you the way. You do not have to be a full-fledged doctor to serve the people. You can do it right today itself. You can serve the humanity, the community, the society, in whichever way you want to serve it right today itself. You do not have to do a degree to let this passion flow out of you. The fear primarily comes, friends, because we have self-doubts about ourselves. And it is this doubt about ourselves which is preventing us from making the move. We think we are incapable. We think we are inefficient. We think we are not suitable for this job. And that's why we are not making any decisions. We are not taking any actions. We are not advancing in our lives. And this fear is not going to leave us as long as we do not overcome our doubts. All the time, everybody has a doubt about his potentials, about his energies, about his skills, about his talents, about his capabilities, about his intuitions. He is doubtful of his dreams if he is doubtful of his thoughts. The only way to get rid of your fear is to have this faith that you can handle whatever comes your way. When you develop this faith that I can manage it, when this I can't will be replaced by I can, the fear is going to vanish in thin air. You continue to procrastinate, not taking action. Tomorrow maybe I'll do it. You are living on that island called someday I'll. That is the reason the fear continues to stay with you. The moment you take action, it flies away in thin air. It's never ever going to go away. So whenever you're going to expand, even though you have mastered a skill, whenever you're going to move on to the next level, that fear will come. Whenever you'll try for something new, let's say a businessman, he's very good at his business, he has earned tons of money. Now he wants to learn dancing. He steps on the dance floor. He has a phobia of the dance floor. He has never ever danced in his life. He will continue to have this phobia till the time he does not take the first step. The first step leads to the second step, the second to the third, and gradually he's moving his arms and his legs in synchronicity, and he gets to learn a few dance moves. But this paralysis, this emotional paralysis, this emotional burnout, this emotional stress will be there within him as long as he does not put his body into momentum. He is good at one thing, but whenever you are learning something new, whenever you are expanding your horizons, whenever you are venturing into some unfamiliar zone, some unfamiliar territory, you are bound to experience some pain, some fear within yourself. So my dear friends, this fear, truth number one is fear is here to stay with you for all times to come. And the truth number two is the only way to make it go away is to do something about it, is to take action about it, and to have faith in yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. You have to make certain mistakes. There should be no fear about making mistakes. You must have some learning experiences with those mistakes and make fresher mistakes, newer mistakes next time. Learn from them and again make course correction. And let me tell you, friend, there's nothing called perfection in this life. You can always better your best. So keep on moving. That's the only way to eliminate fear from your way. And last but not the least, I would end by saying that not to take risk is the biggest risk in the life today. A day will come which is called as the day of reckoning. And on that day of reckoning, you will consciously or unconsciously, you have to give a reply to your own self. Rather, I say every day when you go to bed, you have to consciously tell yourself that even at the back of your mind, you know what all fears you confronted in the day and what all you shirked from taking them head on. And this living with this helplessness of not taking action, of not making mistakes, of not overcoming your fears, of not facing your fears it's really difficult to live with that. So, friends, take risks, make mistakes, be bold, have the courage, have faith in yourself, and from Dr. Deepak here, all the best to you. You'll be able to face your fears and you'll be able to act anyway in spite of the fears. And the only thing you need to fear of in this world is fear itself.